Ooh, that bitrate is going squiggly. It'd be okay though. It's not gonna kill anything. Bitrate will go up and down. Nothing I can really do about that. Alright, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just get started. So last time we are getting very, 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 very close to the end of the game now. Like, there is not that much left to do. This should be like a couple more little story objectives to complete, and we are pretty much at the end. We did a couple of side quests. We got some new armor. Well, we got out of hell. We got some new stuff. Then we did some little side missions or whatever. Got the new armor. And then we got the Jotunheim Tower and everything. You might already know, but the audio is cutting in and out. Is it just like... Are you talking about the audio from the game? Because it will probably do that, because I don't know if the capture card will completely pick it up or not. Because it shouldn't be crackling right now, because I fixed that earlier and I haven't closed the program yet, so it shouldn't be crackling any. Let's go ahead and load in and we'll see what we can get out of it. Because if you're talking about me, yeah, so Josh hears me just fine. If you're talking about me going in and out, that is a problem on your end. I don't know what you're using to connect to the stream, but... I mean, I wish I had a better solution to this. I've got a wired controller and I've used it, and that thing just disconnects for no reason. So if I had that as an option, I would just use that and not use the remote play. But there's nothing I can do about that. So. Oh yeah, so we lit these braziers last time. Okay, I hear everything fine in the game. I'm not hearing any crackling noises, so that's good. Okay, cool. As long as everything's okay for you, then that's good. Yeah, most of that was probably... I was assuming most of it was most likely on your end, so... But I'm glad that that's fixed. I think all we need to do is go to the travel room. And then we should have a pretty decent idea on what's going on here. Oh yeah, I want to check just to be sure I don't have any upgrades. First. Okay. Blaze of Chaos. Okay.
Next time, I guess.
Obviously, we don't have great stats, but I don't really care much to have great stats right now. Why would I? Considering that we can easily complete the game without having to have them.
Jotunheim, but we must cover our tracks. Odin's ravens will tell him of the tower's restoration, and we mustn't let our efforts be to his benefit.
Very well.
So, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that it was as easy as just closing the app and reopening it. There we go. There's the Jotunheim Tower. Oh, well, we're looking right the fuck at it. I was gonna say something. Oh, yes. It's all the little extra bits for this. I will ask y'all's opinions, how you feel about doing the extra stuff once we are done with the game. So once we're done with this, we'll have like a little discussion, and we'll talk about what is to come as far as like the extra bits of this game, like Valkyries, going to the extra areas, you know, any of the optional stuff. We will do that if you guys want to. But we'll talk about that afterwards.
Here we go.
Because obviously, you know, that will be like bonus stuff.
Wait a
It
minute.
won't be done on
Isn't going
Sundays.
to work.
What?
There's no travel crystal. Tyr must have used his own eyes to refract the energy. It was his final failsafe.
You've got eyes like him, Mimir.
I've got an eye. One! Odin plucked out my other eye precisely to keep me from traveling. Sorry, lads. Thought that would work.
What did Odin do with your other eye?
He'd have kept it. In any of 100 places, I'm afraid.
We've come so far. There has to be a way.
Look, bit of a long shot, but for years I'd see Sindri, sometimes Brock, lurking around in that mountain when Odin came for his visits. Maybe they know something.
Brock and Sindri.
Okay, well, let's go ask them what they know. But yeah, it's obviously going to be bonus stuff, so we'll probably end up doing it most of the time on, like, Oblivion days. So when Oblivion is done on Thursdays, we'll just do some of the extra stuff. At least until my schedule changes, in which case we'll probably just do them after Oblivion anyway, but it won't be on Thursday. So,
Hey guys, question for you. Anyone know where we can find Mimir's other eye?
Oh. That's... I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, Odin asked me to... He wanted me to build a... He showed it to me, you see, and I... Declined. Sorry, will you excuse me? Oh.
Well, that was useless.
You know, it was about that same time that Odin came around looking for me to build a statue with some sort of hidden compartment. Now, that not being a weapon and the Aesir being a bunch of pock-speckled cockers, I too saw fit to decline. But I know we got it built just the same.
What was the statue?
It's that one of Thor out there flashing his sack to the lake.
The statue that the serpent ate.
Sorry about that. Feeling much better.
How are we supposed to look inside the snake?
Inside? Oh no!
We'd better go see what the world serpent has to say about that.
probably just ask him.
Well, lads, I don't know what lies ahead, but now would be a good time to make sure your gear is ready for the worst. Anything you need to do, I'll do it now.
I'm
Once
about
more
as
to the
good
horse.
as I can fucking get. There isn't really much else to worry about in this regard. So, we will go and do what is necessary. I am prepared to get this done, and there really is not much of the game left to do. After this.
Steady.
Oh. Here we go. Cockers is my new favorite insult. Yeah. Pock-speckled cockers.
To statuinismu tutuva.
Sounds like he says yummy
Statue
yummy.
lost to us.
Or yummy yum.
He thinks it might still be in his stomach. And he's open to letting you roll into his mouth to look inside.
Predator's not happy about that one.
Really?
By the by, he's not wild about it either.
I got something to show y'all after this fucking stream, perhaps. And Bailey just kind of reminded me by saying cockers is my new favorite insult. I'm going to show y'all
Are
something.
we really doing this? Letting the serpent swallow us?
You do not have to come.
Well, I'm not gonna miss this.
They should have capitalized this, not miss. So what I'm gonna show y'all after this stream is actually fucking hilarious. It's not anything bad or fucking weird or some strange shit, but I've got something y'all will need to see. It is quite the super helpful Snick is helpful. Yeah, just wait till after this stream. You will
Sure,
definitely
this is a good
enjoy
idea?
what I show y'all. It's fucking
Well,
hilarious.
brothers, I've been to many strange places, but this will be a new one.
Yeah. I've never been in a giant's belly either. How about you, Father?
Never one that was not trying to eat me.
We really should expect that sort of response at this point.
Alright, here we go. Not to particularly spoil anything or whatever, but, you know, Mimir saying what he said should make it pretty clear what, you know, at this point there's not a lot of turning back. You know, games don't always make that clear, and I enjoy when they do, but in this case, I would have rather had the game not told me anything. And just been like, well, I hope that blah, blah, you know, you're ready for whatever. It's just like, okay, well, I would rather have not heard that and it just been like fucking quiet about the whole thing.
Funny. I used to dream about getting eaten.
Dreams are nothing
I'm
to...
not afraid. It just reminded me of a way I used to feel when I was a child.
Well,
Let's find that
you're
statue.
still a child. So I don't think you guys can hear it, and you probably, obviously, you can't feel the same thing I do, but it may only be when I row. I don't know why it vibrates when I row, but it's actually kind of rhythmic, and it feels like a heartbeat.
Smells not as bad as I thought
It's
it'd be.
pretty interesting.
Bit like heather ale fermenting. Rather pleasant, actually.
They're so weird.
Yeah, reach into
The
the
water kind
acid.
of burns in there. That is water, isn't it?
Aye. Most of it.
Yeah, it's diluted. Pull up right here and get this chest. I don't think there's really much of a purchase to the Aegir's Gold or Aegir's Gold, but I'm
There,
gonna get it anyway.
the hammer.
That hack silver that's virtually useless to us. It isn't, but it's useful for upgrading stuff that otherwise you would not be able to beat some of the bosses very easily. Depending on what fucking, you know, difficulty you're on, that obviously has a big
I see something over there.
a big thing to do with that, so you have to definitely be
Maybe if that was closer.
open to knowing what you're doing. So you're telling me I need to go back down first? Oh yes, because I can't. Gotcha. See what I've done wrong, I believe. There we go. That reset? Yes, it does. Boom.
Over there.
That's not good. There we go. That's what we need. To carry on. There we go.
Mimir, any idea where Odin hid your eye?
No, it's not like I can still see through it.
I suppose that is true. Because, I mean, even though the way that you would return someone's eye to their head is not exactly... Like, you have to reattach things. Atreus, are you not coming? Just gonna, like, stay down there? Okay, I'll go by myself. That's fine. There we go. There it is.
Yep, that's an eye.
Maybe you should stick that in my head
Pretty big
for
eye.
safekeeping.
Honestly,
Gently now, gently.
it's very large.
Thank you, brother. You don't miss depth until it's gone.
I mean, you can still have depth perception with just one eye. Maybe not after so long, but... Or maybe you don't. Okay, it's not a language cipher, because I think I've got all those. Okay, so hold on before we carry on. I want to go take a leak right fast, just because I'm like... been drinking a lot of water, so, you know, obviously a side effect of that is having to urinate. So, just give me 1 second. Alright, we're good to go. Let's carry on.
How's it feel, Mimir?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm feeling whole again, but it's a right improvement.
The Bifrost is intact.
It'll serve.
Then we have all we need.
Finally, we're going to Jotunheim. There's no stopping us now.
Laddie, have you ever heard the term tempting fate?
Yeah, I mean... well, you don't tempt fate. Fate's already there. But, I mean...
So how do we get back out?
We signal.
What's going on?
yeah, somebody's angry.
Well, that was mildly terrifying. Maybe our presence is upsetting Jormungandr's belly.
No. Something is wrong.
What's happening to him?
Nothing good.
Yeah, it's not an upset stomach.
Glad that's over.
Is he getting hit? What is that?
We must hurry.
Couldn't agree more, brother.
You gotta go.
Hold tight and watch your balance.
The board shifting! I'm gonna...
Have you.
Fly through the sky. I wish I was that durable. Just be like, yeah, I'll just like fly out of the sky at velocity, probably considered terminal, and just hit the ground with no problem.
Boy?
I'm good.
And he's
Gonna
good
get
too,
used to
like,
this.
the fuck?
What happened to him? Something we did?
No. Something else. A dead giant. Why would the serpent leave us here?
Look! Freya. We can still trust her, right?
Until we know for certain, keep a distance.
The world's serpent. What's happened here?
He did say
We hoped you would
kids.
know.
You are far from home.
I'm looking for my son. The two of you. You helped me see things more clearly.
Oh, I see why. She's.
You do not know where he is
They
then?
think she's
No.
aligned to with
But the
Baldur.
woods and fields speak his name. I know he walks here in Midgard.
When did you see him last?
Long ago. Before you were even born. Why are you standing so far from me? What's wrong? Something's happened.
There!
I had a feeling that hurting the big snake would bring the two of you out in the open. Do you have any idea? Any idea at all?
think he's still
what
there.
you have cost me.
My boy.
Mother.
I'm here. Don't run away.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, Mother.
I know that you're still angry. I know that how you feel hasn't changed, but I want you...
How I feel? How I feel? I've spent the last 100 years dreaming of this moment. I rehearsed everything I ever wanted to say to you, every word, to make you understand exactly what you stole from me. But now, I realize I don't need you to understand anything. I don't need you at all.
No, back off, Kratos. This has nothing to do...
This path you walk, vengeance, you will find no peace. I know.
You... I'll deal with you later. But family first. This again?
Yep, time to fight. Just like ate that shit too.
I have to go! Please!
Yeah, what now?
You reach him.
I gotta get fucking free of these things, which is one of the most annoying parts of this fight. How she interferes. So annoying.
I don't need your help. I can protect myself.
Protect me? Selfish witch! Get out of my way!
I'll take that hit.
I said stop!
Where he got that from.
You might want to turn away, boy. This won't be pretty.
I won't let you hurt him!
No, boy.
Fine.
Stop! No! No! Atreus! You're bleeding. Breathe, boy. Breathe!
Not my blood.
So Baldur is actually invulnerable to all except one thing, and that's mistletoe.
I can
specifically
feel
arrows.
this. I can feel everything.
And that's why she said they were wicked. And then he strapped that fucking his quiver back
Vulnerable
on.
now?
You will not do this!
And we're scooped up
What's
and
going
fucking.
on? Is Freya trying to kill us?
No. Do you hear the wind? We are moving.
That arrow. Baldur punched the mistletoe?
In the quiver strap, yes. Mistletoe harmed him.
Freya said it was wicked.
He's more than harmed. The spell is broken.
He can be killed.
I'm certain of it.
Sir.
It's all coming back now.
Now he remembers.
Or he can be killed, quote unquote. Talk about that more later. Not to spoil anything, I don't know where they're gonna go.
Stay out of it. I can reason with him.
No, woman! You cannot! He means to kill you!
Can't stop me! No one can!
Where is he?
I don't care if he kills me. I will protect him. I will not let him die.
Don't touch him. This will all be over soon.
There!
You will stop this now.
Oh, I'm gonna kick his ass.
It's wonderful.
I didn't think I thought he would get fucking knocked up by that wave, because he usually does. Not that.
Incredible. Killing you is going to
Damn.
feel so I feel freezing.
Stop hurting my boy.
Nah, I'm gonna kick his ass. Oh shit, that's gonna be something to worry about. Where you going? There's no way it's going. Getting that fucking ass handed to you, huh? You like that? No. Stop talking. Oh yes. Shit to annoy the fuck out of me. I don't like her interference, but it's a much more dynamic fight. It keeps you on your toes.
Win! I can feel it!
Yeah, you like that? Like how my fucking son's kicking your ass? Damn it. Well, she's holding him down, so that's good. Now I gotta get loose. God damn it. I'm not even stepping into the little enchanted circles. Or whatever he fucking does. Now, come on, man. Give me all you want. Shit don't matter. I got too good a gear and too much health. The reason I'm using the blade is because I can't actually hurt him with the axe. So it kind of makes you use your equipment to the maximum. I wasn't gonna be able to block that anyway. And that ass beat. He was like, well, I can't get through it. I'm just gonna lift it. And
Boy! Crystal!
it's a pretty clever move.
Atreus! Atreus!
I'm up here! I'm okay!
I'm doing wonderfully. I've never felt so alive.
Stop this. Reba!
I got these fucking things to deal with. The best way that I know of to deal with them is to fucking use fucking the crowd control of the blades. But that isn't going to work because he's fucking on fire and he won't take any damage from it. Even though he can hit me with these little area effect things he fucking does. God damn it. Even though that hits him. Yeah, I can still hit you with your mother's shit. And I just screwed that up. Do you even fucking case, bro? I don't know what you mean by that, but I like it. The music score is actually really good here. Unfortunately, you won't really be able to hear it. Oh, I want to see if I can actually... No, that's not gonna work. You still hit me. All I know is lift and bound. Yeah. It's like you put something in my way that requires me to physically move it, and all this man knows is that.
Stay away from my son! You don't have to do this!
Yeah, we do.
There!
Stop him!
Yeah.
Please! There has been enough pain!
No, you can't. I got hit by that because I. Got it. And you see, like, Kratos and Atreus being more dynamic here, which I also like. Like how he's trusting Atreus to actually use him as a pincushion right now and not hit him.
Before you die, I want to thank you. Both of you. You've done what even the All-Father himself could not.
Use your legs to get
I've never
fucking
felt more
to push away from it.
alive. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is ironic, because watch this.
What?
Yeah! Guess what time it is. Yeah, I'm coming. I still got more. I love that fucking combo. It's fucking good.
Think you can beat me now?
Okay, he's gonna do that. And then the attacks.
I couldn't let you die!
I don't care, I'm still coming in there. You got too much health. Can't stop me. You're not strong enough. Please, nothing. No, I placed that. I'll get into that permafrost, I really don't care. Where'd the axes go? It's like just went away. No. I just like parried him. I don't even know what he did. it still hits you. Damn it. And it does that shit right when I fucking actually use the only good attack I have, or good hit from it. Oh, I was supposed to count. I like if you don't actually sit there. If you can sit there and he'll just look at you. Back here. Get away.
Look! I have an idea!
Boy? Well done, boy.
Yeah, he did.
Come on! Do it! Do it!
Stop. Please.
He's beaten Father. Not a threat.
You will not come for us again. You will not touch her.
I don't need your protection.
Yeah, but you do. I like how Mimir's just like, just being quiet. Mimir doesn't have much to say about the whole situation.
Can't help yourself, can you, Mother? No matter what I do or say, you won't stop interfering in my life.
I was just trying to protect you. I've made mistakes. I know. But you're free now. You have what you want. Try to find forgiveness. We can build something new.
No. We can't. Because I will never forgive. You still need to pay for the lifetime that you stole from me.
I have paid. I have paid. But if that alone will make you whole, if seeing me dead will make things right, I won't stop you.
I know.
He's just gonna shamble on over. It's like, I know you won't stop me, and there's a reason.
What? No, Father!
Because you can't fight.
I love you.
Herself on her own.
Why do you even care? You could have walked away.
The Cygolians here must be better than this.
He wouldn't have died from having his neck snapped. He'd just be paralyzed.
No, my boy! My dear sweet boy!
Unless she ruptured the arteries in his neck.
Freya. He chose this.
I will rain down every agony, every violation imaginable upon you.
That's a lot
I
of
will
stuff.
parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved
Free
your
on
life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything. You were just an animal. Passing on your cruelty and rage, you will never change.
And you do not know me.
I know enough. Does he?
It's like Stockholm
Boy.
syndrome, basically.
Listen close. I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with the god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving. And many who were not. I killed my father.
That was your father in hell.
Yeah, we knew you seen.
Is this what it is to be a god? Is this how it always ends? Sons killing their mothers? Their fathers?
No. We will be the gods we choose to be. Not those who have been. Who I was is not who you'll be. We must be better.
Well, guess we're the bad guys now.
In her eyes, yes. But she could never make that choice. We should finish this journey while I still have strength.
I don't understand. I know saving her was the right thing. But she seemed all evil at the end.
Not evil. You killed her son, lad. Her son. The death of a child is not something a parent gets over easily.
But he was gonna kill her.
She would have died to see him live. Only a parent can understand.
So you'd let me kill you?
If it meant you would live. Yes.
Look, there was no easy choice. For anybody, brother. But I think we can all agree you did the right thing. The world's a better place with Freya in it. Just give her time, lads. She'll come around.
Back to
Probably
Tyr's
not.
temple then. One last time.
Aye. Jotunheim awaits.
Or maybe. I don't know what the next game's gonna bring.
Odin must have convinced him that following you to Jotunheim would bring his cure. Lies, I'm sure.
Why did mistletoe break the spell?
Vanir magic is powerful, but its rules are slippery and elusive. I'm sure it makes sense if you're a witch. Oh, but it's also bloody tragic. Baldur was the greatest gift Odin granted Freya. The one thing she treasured from their marriage. She only hoped to spare him pain and spare herself loss. But such impulses can lead good parents to make terribly stupid decisions.
It probably had something to do with using mistletoe to begin with. Sometimes what causes a curse, or not really a curse, but an enchantment is part of the reason why you can break it. Slap box. I don't want a slap box, but I like hearing their dialogue.
Man, the tower ate the Unity Stone, didn't it? I wanted to fly again.
Yes, that's a terrible pity.
So, Mimir, seemed like maybe you know Brock and Sindri.
Or the Huldra brothers. Well, who doesn't? They're quite famous, or infamous, depending on your point of view.
Yeah.
They crafted Mjolnir, you see. Thor's hammer, the Aesir's greatest murder weapon, the bane of giant kind.
They made Thor's hammer? I didn't think they'd like the Aesir.
Oh, I should say not. But this was long ago, and they were eager to make a name for themselves. Rather overdid it with that one, methinks.
There's a door. Oh yeah, I never noticed these before. These are all the toys and the extra stuff that you can get. More collections you complete. More of them are put here. But that's besides the point. A couple of other ones over here. This could just be part of the environment though, so no big deal. Let's carry on.
Here we go! I can't believe we're gonna see the giants.
Well, if
Yep.
things work according to plan... Go
Yeah.
ahead and lock in Jotunheim and we'll be on our way. Probably.
And here we go.
Boy, ahead. Get ready.
Oh, right. Got him. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Oh, hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine. Ready?
That's unpleasant!
Now, boy!
Here we go.
We must be close.
Well, what are we waiting for? Think it's far?
We will see.
A word, please, before we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there is a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight...
Lady Sif's soft, perfect sloshers. You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Ah, fine, damn it. Fine!
Watch the head till we return.
I can do this. No, I can't. Oh.
Okay.
Ready. Come.
Boy, do I have plans for you.
You hurry back.
Don't flatter yourself.
Like ascending to heaven, except it's not. Atreus trying to show me up.
Look! We're on the giant's fingers. I can
Here we
see the
are.
highest peak ahead. Right over there. We did it.
We did.
I like how you can see them pop out of existence. You can see the bracers just go away.
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Ruined it. Kratos is like,
Boy,
just had my moment. It's like,
carry her.
and they also hid how the transition to his other hand happened. He went to reach behind him, and then it kind of curved the camera just a bit to where it looked like he took it off and put it in his other hand, and he didn't. So.
Boy.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now. Hello? Anybody here?
What is this place?
They must have all come through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them.
Why carve all these faces?
What if this is all the giants that got out of Midgard alive? Not really many at all.
Yeah.
Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
A lot of fucking words there to read, though. I mean, it's not actually in... Some of it looks like actual runic, but they've kind of skewed them around a little bit to look different.
Where are they now?
The giants came back home so they could survive. But I'm not sure they did.
I will bench you sit on, in case you want to rest in the museum.
Huh. Who's the Guardian?
Yeah, I mean, I mean...
I should feel them, but I don't. This place is dead. What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered, and two more take its place.
Wait! Father! Something's happening! It's your axe. It's Muller.
Yeah, well,
Look! She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how? And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain, the stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant.
Jotun.
I'm
Is it really
a giant.
half time?
Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Balder was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So Kratos isn't dead right now, and he's not going to be. But that's Giants gave Kratos a different name. That doesn't spell Kratos. It spells like Fabalti, something like that. And that's interesting. So go here and look a little closer at the runes. You can't read that, but you might be able to read that, but he'll tell you what it says.
Look, it's Mother's. She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us. Watching over us. Leading us home. Let's finish it.
So, Kratos' name, I don't know what his name, the actual name that he gets by them actually means. It's just Laufey's like husband in Norse mythology. That's his name. It probably does mean outsider. It seems like it would. Because of the way that it's worded. They're all dead.
Father.
No. We do it together. Son.
Some sparkly ashes.
Goodbye, Faye.
love you, Mom. The Giants. They really are all gone.
They probably came here and starved to
There's
death.
nothing for us here.
I mean, this place is barren wasteland.
Come.
So,
Well, depending on how preserved
I
they
think that
are.
mother was a giant. Which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The Giants called me... Loki?
Loki. That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
A question for another day. Let us go home.
So, in Norse mythology,
I guess it all makes sense now. Why she want to end up here? Be with her kind? But did she know it was going to be like
well,
this?
I'll let them go through the
Is this
dialogue
what she wanted
first.
us to see? Did she want us to tell the people? Or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh.
I'll let them talk because there's a lot of actually interesting dialogue that goes on here that's neat. It's good filler.
So, why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
The Great Warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly. But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines of war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life in battle, his sacrifice saved countless others and turned the tide in our favor. I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. Umir missed it.
So in Norse mythology, the end to Balder is instrumented by Loki. So Loki finds out his weakness and uses Hother, something like that. Some, name I can't exactly say. I'm pretty sure Hother was blind. And, Loki guided basically where he was going to shoot, and he shot and killed Loki. He shot and killed Balder, excuse me. He shot and killed Balder with the mistletoe arrows. So Balder goes to hell, and Loki obviously slips away and uses Hother as a fucking scapegoat. And Odin and I think his wife at the time, I can't remember, or some affair, they have a baby that grows to adulthood in a day and kills Hother. I think he eats him, actually. I don't even remember how it all goes. It's an interesting story, and I read about it just a few days ago, and I couldn't quite remember all of it, but it's fairly interesting. It's actually in this book that I have, so I could easily just go and look at it, but I'm not going to right now. And so Balder goes to hell, and the reason why I was saying that, he's dead, but he could come back. The reason why that is because in the story, who is it? Hermod, something like that, I think, goes to hell, and so hell and hell are two the same. They're a realm and they're a goddess. So he goes down there and he's like, hey, we need homie back up at Asgard, like, cause if we don't have Baldur, we can lose Ragnarok, right? And so Hel says, I will let you take Baldur with you. I'll let him free, and he can leave Hel and go back to Asgard with you if the entire world weeps. So if everybody in the world cries because Baldur is so loved by everybody, if that's the case, then everybody cry. And there was, I think, one Asgardian that didn't. Frey, I think, like Freya's brother, essentially. I'm pretty sure he like basically disagrees. He's like, I'm not gonna cry. I don't care. I'm glad Baldur's dead. And so obviously I'm pretty sure Baldur does not come back. And that is part of the reason why Ragnarok is lost, is because Loki is crafty, and everything that he does is to make sure that Ragnarok goes down the way he wants it to. Not only is Hel is also one of Loki's daughters. He's actually one of his children. She's half undead and half giant. So an interesting point about that. So some stuff we'll talk about here in just a few minutes when we get done with this is what I think is going to happen in the next game. So obviously Kratos, or in this case I think Von Balti, doesn't actually
I understand if you
kill
want to go home,
Baldur,
but I bet there's still some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free.
no, we're going home.
Some other help people. Maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here, too. I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Huh. That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
You should be. I like Atreus better than Loki anyway. Loki just fucking pisses me off. But it was a good plot twist. When I got there and I was like, I didn't read the runes.
Am I glad to see you?
But when I heard him say that,
charm.
I was
What
like,
happened
what the
here?
fuck?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
So we're going back to the house. We are going to go back to the house. Nothing that can be done here. We are going to go back to the home. No, you're stopping. So what I'm going to do is, before we do anything else, I'm going to overwrite this save. And this save. Just to make sure I've got a couple. And we're going to go back to the house. Which we can do very easily.
Before we return to Midgard, I should warn you, more time has passed than you probably realize. The snowfall that began when you slew Baldur has become something else. The stuff of omens.
Omens for the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. First up.
Aye, snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
Yeah. 100 more years at least, when Loki is mature. There are some things that don't particularly line up, however. Considering
it's
that...
Fable winter. I can feel it in my scrot. This is the big one.
Stop saying that. Oh, you're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me the voice of reason?
Guys,
I feel it in my
Just
scrote.
discussing the weather. Bit of a cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my screw.
Yeah,
Say it again.
we heard.
So if you're heading home, try to keep moving. And also, to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice.
So, another thing that doesn't add up is why is Jormungandr here, or Jormungand, whatever you want to say his name is. Like, why is he even? Well, he's not here in the Lake of the Nine right now. He's actually completely gone. You can't see him anywhere in the area. But why is he even here to begin with? Because he's also one of Loki's children, one of Loki's many children. And so I'm like, well, that's interesting.
Atreus, follow
but
me.
They also
I got distracted.
they also hint to the fact that he just came out of nowhere. So I'm thinking time travel, but I'm not sure. Just like maybe just some sort of fabrication. I don't know why I'm doing this. Actually, I need to hit the travel gate. That'll get us there a lot
Come here.
faster.
Why did you work for Odin if he's so horrible?
Enough. No stories. Not while on foot. Our focus is the road.
Completely understand.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean, I
finish
totally
later,
interrupted
lad.
that one. We won't finish later because, you know, we won't have that opportunity right now. We'll just have to hope that they say that again in a bonus extension of this if that's what y'all want to do. So, but yeah, there are a few things in the timeline that don't add up, but Mimir made that pretty clear. So Baldur is also pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, we need to go back to the blue thing. Pretty sure if I'm remembering correctly, he's also the god of the sun. So, you know, like Kratos says, there's consequences to killing a god. Well, guess what the consequence is? Oh, well, maybe Baldur was the god of the sun. And, turns out that, you know, now that the sun is not working properly because its god doesn't exist so much anymore, maybe, just perhaps, maybe, this is why Fimbulwinter's here. Not to mention that, but that's also possibly why Skull and Hati catch up to the sun and moon. So,
Okay. Tell me again how Odin knew we were going to Jotunheim before we did.
Odin is extremely clever, you see. Nearly as clever as he thinks he is. And he's a collector of prophecies. If it's about the future, he adds it to his collection. Helps him style himself as all-seeing and all-knowing. But of course, the idea is control. Control of the future, control of his fate. He'd control every realm of every land in every world if he could. Every potential pocket of resistance, he seeks to eliminate. Even if you've never posed a threat before, he may think one day you might. So you see, it's not important how he knew before you did. It's important that he was right.
here we go. It's predictability. It's not knowing. It's observing patterns and understanding them.
We're finally home. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe. But it's a right improvement over having tree bark in your Tadger.
Right. Go ahead, just stop the dramatic.
Time to rest.
I'm gonna sleep through winter.
It's a lot like a fire pit right in the middle of the home because, I mean, hell, when you got winter right the fuck outside, well, what are you gonna do? Light you a nice big ass fire next to where you sleep so you stay warm, right? So,
Okay, this'll do.
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
years. Don't know how many.
Who's that?
The ball!
And then they roll the actual credits. It's a good ending. You know, there's people out there that never knew you had to go back to the house. And people just stopped. Like, they went and did the extra stuff. And then they came back. And then, or they didn't ever go back to the house. They just, like, they did all the extra stuff. And then they saved. And they just stopped the game. That was it. So, yeah. So I'm gonna let this just, like, scroll through, basically. While I kind of talk about what's going on or what I think's gonna happen. So, either one of two things is gonna happen here, and I'm almost positive the next game is gonna start off like this. Like, when we go to the next game, I'm almost positive as soon as you hit the start button, it's gonna be hands-on sight. Like, that is what you're gonna end up being for. Now, whether it's gonna be an actual fight versus a cutscene is not something I know. Now, there are a couple ways this can go down. Either Kratos and Atreus stick together, right, and go about Ragnarok, quote unquote, the end of all things, together. Which obviously won't be the end of all things, but I suppose. Or Kratos dies, like, at the beginning. Like, Thor kicks his ass and kills him. And takes Atreus to become an Aesir. Because that's exactly what happens to Loki to begin with. Loki goes to Asgard and becomes an Aesir, quote unquote. And that's where he proceeds to go about his revenge against the gods, right? Because, you know, obviously when the gods are killing Jotun, right? And Loki being a Jotun, what is the thing that Loki's going to do, right? He's going to react to that. So basically the idea is that if he gets taken to Asgard, he gets basically, and Modi kind of talks about it. He's like, you're going to be my new brother, right? Well, Modi and Magni are dead, so, you know, I'm just thinking that's possible. Or there's also a third option. Kratos doesn't die, and or maybe Atreus kills him to live, basically. Like, Thor gives him a choice. Like, you kill him, I'll let you live, right? And then he absorbs his powers, quote unquote, which is kind of what I thought might be happening in that tapestry, or not really tapestry, that wall painting. The third is that Thor beats the shit out of Kratos and steals Atreus away. And then Kratos goes about the rest of the story attempting to retrieve Atreus. So, a lot of different possibilities that I'm attempting to consider. I don't think that there's a lot of different ways that it's going to go other than that. Yeah, so I just think that, I mean, if he dies, you know, he dies, right? I'm not particularly going to be the happiest about it, but I'm expecting it. You know, it's different when you're expecting it to happen. So when you're just like, you know, you're ready for it. So, you know, I didn't, yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm looking forward to the next game, and I'm glad that it's coming out soon. So, you know, another thing is, once this is done, I'll show the teaser, just to show the teaser. But I'm looking very much forward to the next one, and I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, well, is this going to be the last in this little iteration of God of War, or will they do another like 3 games? And maybe like an extra one along the way, maybe. I don't know. So I'm just There's a lot of questions and a lot of things to think about. Maybe Kratos doesn't die in the next game until the very end. Maybe he doesn't die in the beginning. But it's made rather apparent. I doubt that that's the end to the second game, because that would piss me off. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be, at least in the first bit of the game, like very similar to this game where Baldur just shows up out of nowhere, right? I think that the next game could be very similar to that. Like, it's just going to be like, in the first 10 minutes of the game, you're fighting a boss, essentially. If you even fight Thor. I'm not entirely sure how all of it's going to work out. Whether Thor actually defeats Kratos or not is, I guess, yet to be seen. But the way that it looks now, it's possible that I don't really know what that teaser entails, because the way that the wording is, it's like, well, maybe. So I'm just trying to consider everything possible. Like, they either they defeat Thor and then go about it as is. But I don't think that they would take Thor right out of the picture in the very start of the game. I think that Thor is going to either escape or win in this scenario. Because honestly, I don't think that they would take out the biggest gun that Asgard has. Okay, shut up. Shut up, it's over. I'm tired of hearing that. Okay. Like, I don't think that they would take out the biggest gun that Asgard has, because Thor is physically the strongest of all the Aesir. Bar none, he is physically the strongest of all the Aesir. Why they didn't show it, he has a lot of things that enhance his strength. So not only is Mjolnir was constructed by the Huldra brothers, but Loki interfered and made the handle too short. It was originally supposed to be two-handed, but it came up one-handed instead. Anyway, not only does he have Mjolnir, which is already powerful, he also has Jarngripar, which means iron grips, essentially. It might be said different than that, but that means iron grip. And it's basically, he's got iron gauntlets that give him better grip, which also, the better your grip is, the better your strength should be considered. In most cases, the better you hold on to it, the better you can move it. And he also has, I don't know how to say it, but it's a belt that basically increases his strength by double. So something like that. So it's basically like how today people will put like chalk or wear gloves, not usually gloves, but they'll use like wraps or chalk when they pick up, when you're deadlifting, or when you, or how they wear a belt when they deadlift to give them that back support, which increases their ability to live. So I'm just thinking, like, I'm pretty sure Thor's going to kick Kratos' ass. I think, just in my opinion. And then you're going to have to go about the rest of that time. Either A, Kratos actually manages to live, or B, you're with Atreus, right? Like, either you're playing as either Kratos, which is unlikely, and then Atreus, right? That's what I think. So, it's either one of those two things. And I think, personally, to me, it's going to be Atreus. I just think it's going to, he said this is your story, right? I think that it's all going to be, like, on that. But the thing is, here's the piece that throws me off. The piece that throws me off about this is Atreus is still a child. Now, I don't know if that's going to change in the next game. Like, all of a sudden, he's going to be a little bit older, right? More of a teenager, but he wasn't in that cutscene. So, Atreus is probably like 10 or 11 in this. I'm not really sure how old he is, but he's only a couple years older in the next. And looking at that, I'm like, okay, I really don't know how that's going to work. Because if Kratos dies and Atreus doesn't get taken away by Thor, or doesn't go and live the rest of his life to try to get his revenge on the Aesir, then he's going to be a child. And without Kratos' mentorship, he isn't going to receive any more training. Unless he's done training a lot during those years in between this game and the next one. I just don't know how all of that's going to work out. I'm definitely concerned that if that's the case, I don't think Atreus will be mature enough. So if they don't kidnap him and then take him to Asgard, where then he goes about his time in Asgard, then it's gonna really be down to Kratos again, because Atreus couldn't do it as a child on his own. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't think that that's going to be entirely possible. I don't see Atreus getting to the point even where he's even strong enough to actually beat Thor alone, you know, in a hand-to-hand battle anyway. I would be interested to see how they go about Atreus' playstyle. I would be very, very pleased to see them put, like, you know, God of War's always been like hack and slash, like beat the shit out of everything, and it's the same thing in this one, right? I would like to see it be different, where it's like more like cloak and dagger. I think that would be pretty interesting to see, you know, Loki go about killing people from the shadows. Like, okay, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna instrument things, I'm gonna be crafty, I'm gonna be, you know, cunning about how I kill my targets. But obviously there would have to be boss fights, because that would be fucking strange in the sense that you're just like, you're fighting Thor from where? Like nowhere? Even though actually Jormungandr kills Thor in mythology. I would be interested to see how this all goes down. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm willing to see it through. Definitely excited for the next game in that regard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save over. Well, since it put us back in present day, I can just save over. I'll just save over this one. So, that's gonna be it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the visual here, and I'm going to show the teaser, and then I'm going to show you that one thing that I wanted to show y'all before I go. So let me just, that way it's quiet. Let's see. The only reason I'm going to show the teaser is just so Bailey can see it. And then anybody else who happens to watch the stream and may not have seen it yet for some reason, I will show y'all anyway. So, yeah, let's go with this one. Let me actually get a decent setting. It could just be 1080. I don't see any reason for it to be otherwise. Go. No, I went and watched it. It's gonna be in the center of the screen here, so.
The time draws near.
2021, baby. I noticed that might have went all squiggle because of the way that the bitrate was doing over here. It looks pretty wild, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. I really have no idea, you know, what they're gonna do for that. Whoops, there was a chat there. Go ahead and get rid of that, by the way. But I think that that's enough for me. Like, I don't need anything else. Like, I appreciate you guys putting out the trailer for me. That's all I need. I don't want to see anything else. Nothing. Like, I'm good. Now let me show you this this thing I wanted to show you. I probably could just look on Opera actually instead of waiting on Steam because Steam is being ridiculously fucking slow. I'll just see if I can find it on here. Oh, it will be. It will be. Absolutely. It'll be PS5 exclusive. There's no way. There's no doubt about it. You will play that on PS5 or you won't play it on anything. I'm 100% positive. So I'm going to end up having to buy a PS5 just to play that. Which is going to suck, but I will do it. I don't care. Like, I plan to buy the PS5 anyway. But just for the point of having, you know, the ability to play the exclusives, but I just don't know. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to buy it, but at least I don't have to, I just wish that I didn't have to do so soon. I'm glad I don't have to very soon, but for those of y'all who watched, obviously you too, thank you. That was awesome for you guys to show up and see the rest of this game through. I'm happy that you guys showed. I only have a little bit longer because, well, I don't necessarily have to get up incredibly early, so I'll still get on and play for a couple hours. Anyway, for those of y'all who watch the VOD later on, that's good. I'm trying to catch up with the editing and everything, but I've been so busy lately, it's been hard to keep up with that, but I will definitely, I've downloaded the majority of my stream so far. All I have to do is go into Sony Vegas and just edit out the parts where I take breaks or the non-relevant points, and get the video trimmed up to the point to where it looks good on YouTube. But for those of y'all who showed up, and for those of y'all who watch later, thank you. Definitely show up to the streams if you can show up to the streams if you're watching this later on. But for the most part, that's going to be it for God of War. Now this time I'm going to do my absolute best to stream on Tuesday this week, and then of course on Thursday. So that way we're not, you know, we're not stuck doing it on Wednesday and then Thursday, you know, 2 days in a row, and I'm just tired or whatever. But some other things to say, some closing statements. I should be going into my next surgery on the 28th, I believe. And that means that obviously, if that's a day that we stream, obviously I will not be streaming. I will still stream afterwards though. If, like I said, if the surgery happens on the same day, I'm not going to stream. Like, I'm going to be very, very tired, and I'm not going to be interested in streaming for the most part, just playing some games. So, I'm going to get The Witcher set up, and, okay, it's on Monday, so I'm not streaming anyway. Now that also means that I'm going to have to be up pretty early and get there very early. So I'm probably not going to stream this coming Sunday then in that case, unless I start streaming earlier. I might start like an hour earlier. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm looking at The Witcher next, so if I do stream on this coming Sunday, it will be The Witcher. So I still have a couple things to do on The Witcher, but it's not a big deal. I kind of want to do a new game plus, so I have some equipment. It's going to be 3. It's going to be The Witcher 3 because this is based off of the top rated games. So I don't even think I have 1 or 2, and they're not even anywhere near the top of the list. So we're starting at the top of the list and going down. And The Witcher was basically supposed to be first in line, but I'm going to go ahead and just, I was going to do this one because it was accessible. So The Witcher will be ready by this coming Sunday. And if I do stream that day, if I don't, then it will be ready the next Sunday. So, thanks for stopping by for God of War, and that's going to be it for today's stream. So take care.